Hello, and welcome to So Vintage Glam. I'm Una Doyle, the host of this channel, and I'm so excited to share my journey with you of sewing my own vintage-inspired me-made wardrobe. Everyday things, yet with a hint of glamour. On this channel, you're going to find pattern reviews, me sharing what I'm planning to make, the results of what I've actually made as well, and I'll also be sharing my thoughts on fashion, upcycling, a little bit of sustainability, things about fitting. That has been such a huge part of my journey in learning to sew, because really in learning to sew, you've got the sewing techniques, you've got understanding patterns and how they work, then you've got to understand how to pick the right fabric for patterns, and then you've got to be able to fit. And I think that's the bit that most people struggle with as well. I will share with you what I've learned for myself and to signpost you to people and channels and other resources where I have found some amazing help. Now, even though I sew vintage inspired wardrobe, I haven't as yet sewn any vintage patterns. I tend to buy modern patterns that have got cup sizes and modern sizing and I find that to be a lot easier for me. You're going to see a lot of Gertie from Charm Patterns. I'm a member for her Patreon. I also have some Tuppence Ha'penny patterns as well, just getting started with some of those. At some point I may also start doing some Lutterloh patterns. I have some vintage style ones. These are where you draft according to their principles. Fascinating stuff. So yeah, so you're going to find out all sorts of things like that on this channel. If that sounds of interest to you, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hi, Editing Una here. I just also wanted to add in, just because I like to wear a vintage inspired wardrobe does not mean that I aspire to or subscribe to vintage style values. That is definitely not the case. So you will often see my posts on Instagram. By the way, make sure to go and follow me. I'm So Vintage Glam over there too. You'll often see I'll use the hashtag vintage style, not vintage values. And I think that's important because I think that gets across the values and ethos that I have. And also do check out the Sew 25 in 25 challenge that I have created for 2025. And in this challenge, I am aiming to sew across a range of different categories, and I've created a challenge around this because I thought other people might like to do this too. And the idea is, of course, to sew 25 things, which is more than I normally do. So I am stretching myself, but the way I've structured it, I've made it achievable for me and hopefully for you too. But this is very much a choose your own adventure. Go and check out the video on that to find out more if that is of interest to you. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.